Welcome to Project Newborn. I'm thrilled to welcome you. Everyone participating in this challenge is at a different point in life. Some want to overcome their old version, some are aspiring to become their best version, and others are simply here to reach a certain goal. But something all of us have in common is that we are striving to become our best selves. All of us want to live their fullest potential. We want to make our inner childs proud, our friends and families, and most importantly, ourselves. And the best part about everything is that none of you out there feels lost on his journey because he lacks potential. You feel weak and lost on your journey because you lack accountability, clarity, and pressure. And that ends today. You have just committed to a 111-day bulletproof plan that will make you overcome your old version and will make you live your best self. Project Newborn is designed to transform your default being. What your default being is, it's the version of you that you are when no one is watching. Because let's be honest, if a person would quietly and secretly watch you for your entire day, would they think you are serious about your goals? Do the actions you take when no one is watching bring you closer to your goals? Your goal with this challenge is that your state of being becomes your best version, and the other way around. Your best version is your default state of being. Because trust me, this is a lot different than playing a certain character for a few hours a day. I don't want to make false promises though. Be aware that this is probably going to be one of the hardest times of your life, because we will work on paradigms, your worldview that has been holding you back in the past. We will break old habits of yours that have been holding you back in the past. We will hold each other accountable on this journey, and this is a very intense process. Project Newborn is like a sprint to your best version. Don't expect it to be easy. Going after your best version for 111 days is not easy, but it is simple. I will introduce you into the structure of the challenge, give you a broad roadmap of what we will go through throughout the next 111 days, as well as a golden rule you will need to live by for those 111 days. Let's grow. I'm hyped. The structure is actually quite simple. We want to go through a 3-step process: prepare, grind, and win. You're gonna set a specific days within the next week on which you will start Project Newborn, on which your 111-day counter is gonna start. For the first 10 days, we will go through preparation. We will figure out where you're at right now, what you want your future to look like, and what has been holding you back in the past. Based on this, we will set a specific goal you will work on throughout the grind phase, which is the second step of the journey. 100 days of pure grind. You evolving into your best version, transforming your life completely, living by the golden rule, which is followed by the win, which is the last day of the challenge. By the end of the challenge, you're going to have reached the goal you have set, and we're gonna celebrate that. So the challenge doesn't start today. Why? The reason I don't want you to start the challenge today is because transforming your lifestyle overnight, it's hard, and you should mentally prepare for it. If you just go into this by now and treat this as something you just go for, it's not gonna unfold your full potential. But by mentally preparing for this very intense growth period, for those 111 days, you will be in the right mindset to approach this with your fullest potential. So pick a date throughout the next 10 days, throughout the next week, and prepare yourself mentally. On this day, you will start living by a golden rule. You will get a habit tracker. You will get a lot of tools from me to start the challenge, and we will go through the 10 days of preparation, 100 days of grind, and 1 day of winning. The golden rule I'm talking about is very simple. Stay away from distractions and give your time and energy to the 5 daily pillars instead. Those 5 pillars are your safety net. Do you know how sometimes you feel lost on your journey and you start filling your day with distractions? Maybe you start scrolling on your phone, you eat bad food, you watch TV, you watch YouTube, and those things most of the time overtake our lives after maybe a successful week, and it feels like coming back to square one, having a super bad week, feeling guilty. And this is what we are going to avoid by following the golden rule, staying away from distractions and following the daily 5 pillars. I'm gonna come to what those daily 5 pillars are, but I want you to build a morning and evening routine that includes those 5 pillars. This is something I'm going to cover in detail throughout the preparation phase of the challenge, but I already want to share with you what you can expect from the challenge. The reason why I call this the golden rule is because it's like a safety net. I've mentioned how sometimes you have a bad day, you approach it in a bad way, and it drags itself throughout an entire week. So instead of being lost and leaving open room for distractions to fill your life, we want to live by the golden rule. Whenever you feel lost, you have those daily 5 pillars to follow, and by simply following it, you don't risk exposing yourself to those distractions and falling back to your old version, falling back into your old lifestyle. Especially at the beginning, you will find a lot of joy in working on those daily 5 pillars. And as it's with every emotional cycle of change, eventually it's gonna be hard to maintain them. Then it's gonna be super tiring to a point where you don't feel like doing them. No worries, I got modules for this once we start the challenge. So what are those daily 5 pillars? The daily 5 pillars are designed around 5 areas in your life, and what we want to have is 1 win a day in each of those 5 areas. The first area is your goal. You want to take 1 step every single day on the needle mover activity for every single day to make you reach your goal, to build a consistent baseline of effort towards your goal. Second is health. We want to be healthy, so exercise, sun exposure, recovery, which means sauna, ice bath, grounding, exercising, stretching, being sober, healthy food, waking up by sunrise. All of these are things that benefit your health, and we want to have a daily win in the area of our health. Third is a mental win. We want to have good mental health by meditating, taking a walk, having moments of mindfulness where it's just you and your thoughts, not doing anything else, journaling. Those are mental wins. Fourth is intellectual win. We want to expand our skills, our knowledge, and we do this by reading books, consuming podcasts, potentially watching YouTube videos, even though we try to stay away from distractions, and the temptation on YouTube to start scrolling through shorts is very big. And maybe courses. My course modules will also count to intellectual win. And fifth, one of the most important areas, which should always be one of the most important areas in your life, is relationships. Throughout the challenge, you will maybe feel like going on this lonely chapter of grind, but you are in a community now with people on the same journey. And if you don't want to socialize with family, which I suggest you to do anyway, and friends, you have a community of brothers around you now that are all on the same journey, and you want to have social contacts. My relationship win every single day is present time with my family. If you don't have a partner and a kid, you can spend present time with your parents by eating for dinner with them. You can call a friend and have a conversation with him. You can meet a friend. You can do a work session with a friend. You can speak to strangers at the gym and connect with new people. Socializing is important. It makes you flow. It gives you energy. Maybe not if you're the biggest introvert, but then this is a cool challenge to you. The goal with this is to rewire your dopamine system. Instead of scrolling on your phone in the evening, you want to find joy in lighting candles and reading a book instead. I have created a habit tracker for you where all 111 days are listed with all those 5 daily pillars, and you can already download it, maybe even start living it by it today, even though you don't start the challenge yet, if you already have this big urge to change your life around. And something I forgot to mention, distractions are porn, drugs, social media. social drama. You don't want to be surrounded by people only talking about the latest events of promise of other people, gossip. All of this is distractions. We want to have clarity. We want to be collected and staying away from distractions, rewiring our brain to find joy through those daily 5 pillars. This is a solid foundation of living your full potential. You won't waste your energy on things anymore that do not matter. You find joy in the simple things, in things that are actually good for you, that benefit your health, that benefit you intellectually, mentally, that bring your goal forward, and that improve your relationships. The next step for you now, I have already mentioned it, is to pick a specific date within the next 10 days, maybe week, and prepare yourself mentally that you are going to embark on this 111-day growth period to completely redefine who you are. Prepare yourself that day 1 of the challenge will be like a great reset. Forget about every struggle you have had in the past and commit to this new version of yours. The actions you take every day, they come from the thoughts in your mind. So make sure to already prepare yourself mentally that from one day to another, you will think differently, you will act differently, you will be differently. Be ready to wake up and not think about how horrible your life is. Be ready to wake up, to be excited about the next growth period of your life, to get excited about how you are in full power and control over your actions, over your life. Get ready to put the work in for starting on this one specific date. If you have a calendar on the wall, mark this date with big red circles of a text marker. This is going to be the day your new life starts. It's going to be normal to feel a bit scared, to feel afraid, to feel fear, to have doubts around this. But this is why you are here. You want to start completely new. You want to redefine who you are, live by your fullest potential. And this is what we are going to do. Don't watch any further challenge modules until you've started the challenge. Let's make these 111 days an unforgettable period of your life. Let's grow. I'm hyped to do this with you. Thank you. Once again, I'm so thrilled to welcome you here. I'm sending love from Bali right now. Peace. Bye bye.